Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Wednesday workout. It's Des here. Unfortunately, I can't get out and do a Wednesday workout myself, but just set the guys off at the running club. Really look forward to getting involved with that. And whilst I can't take part because of my arm, which is still really sore, it's great that I can be around people doing what they can, using this session to really stick at it, work hard and attack the rest of the week. And that's what it's all about on a Wednesday, isn't it? It's just about sort of seeing things through, a check-in. And if anything, today it's been a real sort of check-in for me. I do it all the time, I do it daily through the things I say here, but I guess what I've done is take a break on DOdaily yesterday, and after everything that had happened yesterday, the emotions were a little bit all over the place. I was really tired. So today, for the first time in a very long time, until coming over to the running club, I've done absolutely nothing. And sometimes we just need that, don't we? For me, it was about looking at what I could do today, what I'm capable of because of my arm, and it was just the right time to do very little. And whilst it's called Wednesday workout and we're looking for that midweek motivation, of course, we just have to sort of realise when it's working, when we need a little rest, when we can push on, or when we need to stop completely. And for me, it's just a little rest. Towards the end of the week, I'll be going again. There's lots I want to do, there's lots I'm looking forward to, but I just needed a few hours, and today was the perfect opportunity. Whilst I can't do work because of my arm and I can't do too much, there's little things I can do, sort of plod around, but I just took some time to not do very much. It's not often I do that, and I've been talking about riding this wave of sort of excitement and enthusiasm and looking forward to the things I do. But just every now and then, because we're all riding this roller coaster of emotion, we just have to sort of check in, don't we, and see where we are. And that's all I've done today. Like I say, the guys getting out there, watching them go, watching them come in and then watching them go and sort of waiting for them to come back. That's great in itself. I take plenty of inspiration from that. I take plenty from those guys, and lots of them achieve great things all the time, with his new faces, returning faces, old faces. And with a week where there's lots still to be excited about, I can't be too down. I'm not down at all, in all honesty. I'm really looking forward to the climax of the fundraising event we've been working to over the last couple of weeks. That's on Friday, sort of signing that off. Whilst that's not the end of the work for me, there's lots to arrange after, all the big occasions which involve other people and doing lots of things, just sort of come to an end, and we can put a figure on what we've done and celebrate it. And that's what it's about, isn't it? Celebrating those things. I wish I could use getting out there for a run today, just to take some time back for myself. But like I say, I've done it in a different way. Watched a lot of television, done a few things around social media because I've got one hand. But yeah, it's about just sort of taking that break before another really epic occasion. And sometimes before we do these things, we just need to sit back and reflect, so we enjoy them properly. The last thing I wanted it to become was a labour of love. We can throw so much at it, and then we start feeling sort of anxiety and stress. And today actually is National Stress Awareness Day. So whilst I've not done it on purpose, it's a great sort of a great link to the fact I have took the stress out of everything, sat back, because we just have to sort of realise that there can be an issue around stress and anxiety, particularly whilst we're doing things and before we do something. How often I think of the classic examples of people getting really stressed about surprise parties, for example. If anyone's watched Gavin and Stacey, you'll know what I mean. Uncle Bryn gets really stressed, and it just all comes out in the end, and he kind of loses it a little. And I know that's a strange sort of story to go along with that, but that's what I'm kind of saying. We just need to sort of enjoy what we're doing, and as somebody who tries to do that every day, who looks at the positives in every situation, and tries to find a solution that fits in with that. It's really, really important as these big things come along, just to really enjoy them and remember all the hard work, all the graft, all the teamwork, all the effort that's gone into it, and even the fact that I've fallen over and hurt my arm, but I'm still sort of pressing on and doing whatever I can, and that's the nice thing about everything, really. When you do sit back, you can look at it, you can sort of weigh it all up and realise that everything kind of happens for a purpose. I'm not going to get too deep in that sense, but it really helps me understand things, when I do check in, when I take that little bit of time back. And like I say, as today's National Stress Awareness Day, it might just be worth thinking about it even more so than ever. Obviously what I'm saying here on DOdaily every Wednesday is use this point when the week builds up on us. I've been talking about sort of events and long-term things, but as the week builds up on us, as things happen at work, things happen at home, sometimes we can get a little bit bogged down. Myself, yesterday I had a funeral, so I could be really, really sort of upset about that. I am upset about that, but again, I've done lots of things around it to create a really positive sort of movement forward, so to speak, I guess. But yeah, you're allowed, and one thing I will say on that is you're actually allowed to be upset. And when you sort of tell yourself that, when you understand that yourself, you kind of get it a little bit more, and it helps you sort of come to terms with things that little bit better. Sometimes we try and bottle it all up. Sometimes we try and make excuses about being okay, or make excuses that we can't do something. The reality is, if we just sort of take time to look at what we're doing, evaluate, come up with a plan and prepare for the next thing, everything will be just fine, won't it? And I think I'll reiterate the fact it is National Stress Awareness Day and how important that is for the things I do. I spoke about anxieties there. We all get anxieties. I worry whether some of the really exciting things I'm looking forward to doing are going to turn out the way they should. I'm confident in my ability. I'm more than happy to get out of my comfort zone now and understand that things won't always go right, but I still get those anxieties. I still feel them. Yesterday, start of the week, I was feeling around the funeral, should I be doing this, should I be doing that? I know I should, but I still get the anxiety. So what I'm trying to say is it's absolutely okay to feel that emotion, but if you start thinking about it, sort of accept it a little bit more, accept that it is a little bit up and down. Things aren't always 100 miles an hour, and we do need to take time for ourselves. It's a lot easier to cope with whatever's thrown at us. I refuse to let the blips really, really put me in a bad place. We've got to celebrate everything, and sometimes celebrate the bad stuff. A funeral is the classic example of that, isn't it? You celebrate somebody's life. I think in the UK, in the country we live in, we tend to forget that a little bit. I see how other people celebrate funerals, and I'm not getting too deep into that, but people do actually celebrate the person, and we need to remember that. And I've tried to do that this week. Remember, reflect, and realise that it's shaped me in the way I am. Somebody else's action, somebody else's passion, is really instilled passion into me, and it'll take me forward. I just need to sort of get over this arm injury. Some of the things I've done, which has been non-stop, and when the arm is hurting, it takes a little bit something away, a little bit tired because I'm not sleeping particularly well, because I can't sleep on one side. But today it's given me the perfect chance to have a rest, and really sort of think about how I can take it forward, but also just remember that it's okay not to be okay. And that's all I want to sort of say today, guys. The message is just to show a little bit of resilience, try and stay calm, stay composed about what you're doing, and enjoy and look forward to it, and I'm sure everything will be just fine. Of course, I'm always talking about looking forward, and this week on Thursday Thoughts I'll be looking more at those goals that I've set myself in the last couple of weeks, which seem to have been affected slightly through various reasons. I'll speak more about that then. But I also asked that throwback question, what's your bucket list event in 2022? Somebody questioned saying it's 2 months to go. It's a question, it's a question to answer. We can start thinking about it now. If we think about it now, we can do all we can to prepare ourselves for the start of the year and make it happen. So if you can post your comments below, I'd really, really appreciate that. In coming weeks, I'm going to use a Wednesday to almost vlog my running. Of course, I got that place at the London Marathon. So I'm going to create a bit of a London Marathon blog, take it away from the advice and the things I've said over the last 18 months and really sort of focus on the targets and the things I do. So it's important for me to do that, and hopefully you guys who've got big events too will take something from it going forward, and you'll see how I get back into it after week 1. So until tomorrow, guys, just doing it.